Recently been working on my R31 again and trying not to make any custom parts for it, just trying to get it to run, but nothing ever goes to plan. So those of you that know R31s will know that this is a rear lower trailing arm. Due to running quite low, usually they're all bent in the bottom here. This one's had a few big bites on the ground. Tried to reinforce it with the 50 by 500mm dimple die plates that I do, and as you can see, typical R31. It's had a bush tacked in once upon a time. Naturally has a flogged out bush in it, which is the main reason for it coming out and trying to be reinforced. But I thought, you know, with how low I run this thing, maybe I should just do a custom one, high clearance one. Have it come in, arc up and back down, have about 3 inches extra clearance. Ones in the car, they're actually bent sideways. A few dirt drops at QR and a few little drops over the ripple strip do that to you, especially with how low they run on 15s. So it's probably not a bad idea, considering I squashed this one in the press trying to get the bush out. You know, might as well make a U-butte laser cut one, high clearance, bang the dimple die holes in it. These are just 1-inch holes, but might do 1.25 inches. Considering it's pretty stuffed already, and the ones in the car are pretty stuffed as well, it's probably a really good idea, especially at midnight. Right, so jumped into Inventor, taken a few dimensions of it, so center to center it's the same length, and from end to end it's the same length, but obviously I've got this nice big like C notch in it, basically getting 3 inches of clearance from where I think these two lines here represent the original arm. So the bottom of this one, where hopefully if I ever dirt drop it again, the ripple strip will just go under here instead of just trying to bend the lower trailing arms out of the car. Yeah, so I'll get 3 inches of extra clearance. That should put the sills in the firing line, but we'll worry about that later. Yeah, banged a few 1.25 holes in it, and then that's pretty much the shape, and then we'll get to putting it together in CAD. So we'll thinking just making it out of 2mm. And then what I really like about Inventor, because I draw most of my stuff in sheet metal, so I can flat pattern it. There's a lot of tools. So if we set up the defaults, make it millimeter, make it 2mm, make it mild steel. It knows everything it needs to know about the part. Gonna make it 34mm, and then have it on the top, and make sure it's going away. So that's going to be the top piece. Save that as top. And then we'll just do the dodge and do a save as. Do the bottom. Now we'll make all this construction. Make the bottom one not construction. Again then, make sure it's on the bottom. make sure it's going the right way. Visibility. So we'll put it together. Just pattern down the Z-axis, 38 mil. Component U, other way, so 6 millimeters. So that's sort of what it's going to look like. Obviously dimple all these holes, get it all laser cut, roll them in the rollers that we got down the workshop, and yeah, I'll have to get some pipe and machine some new bushes, and then just use the stock aftermarket R31 bushes in it. Should come up right. So I ended up having a look through some steel catalogues to see if I could actually buy some tube to be able to bore it out to use a factory bush. And it turns out that I won't, so I'll have to do it out of solid bar. So what I'm thinking I'll end up doing is I'll use the same housing as I do in my RB25 and SR20 engine mounts in the same urethane bush. That'll work. And then I'll have to make a custom length pin out of 3/4 bright bar. Luckily I have to actually do some more engine mounts, so I've got to make more pins and more bushes. So I'll have to machine these back 3mm to suit this. I'll just measure one of my diff housings that are spare to work out the overall length of this pin. That'll probably be the cheapest way out of this situation. So I've got like 100 of these bushes in stock at the moment. I'm just out of housings, just out of pins, but I'm almost out of RB25 engine mounts, so I've got to roll out another batch, so I'll have to machine a lot of stuff up. So that'll work out quite good. And then using a 39mm diameter tube to make this, I've actually made this thinner in height, so I've been able to decrease this curve and still keep the 3-inch, and I'll also be able to fit in a bit better. Pretty confident I can make it now, so I'll send all these plates out in next week's laser cutting and I'll get it going. So I'll make another vid when I get all the bits and pieces in, and then I'll machine up these parts, and then I'll dimple die these parts, and we'll TIG weld it all together and see how we go. Thanks for watching. Obviously if you like what you're seeing, I'm going to see some more weird R31 shit, feel free to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Cheers.